yan? What's a viuda?
Daphne, Iha, where'd you learn that word?
Lola, my classmates keep teasing me. They keep saying I smell like a viuda, and they keep laughing too.
Ay, Iha, you go through my perfumes again?
What? How did you know?
Because there's only one perfume in this household can make you smell like a widow.
A widow? Lola, you can't be a widow. Lola's not dead yet.
And you're right, I'm not a widow.
Then why do you have a perfume that smells like one?
It's a long story, my dear.
I want to hear it. You know I love your stories, Lola.
Fine. Listen well, alright? The year was 1969. The air was breezy despite the sun's bright and warm embrace that day. It was said to be spring dawn in the US, but it still felt like the summer to us in the Philippines, only more damp due to rain. I remember visiting our summer house earlier that year along with my mother, who was invited to meet her sisters. My mother was the third child of 4 sisters. All had their own very distinctive personalities, which also included my mother. The oldest was Tita Ines. She had the richest husband among all the sisters and always had the prettiest dresses. Sometimes even my mom would feel jealous. She was confident, almost arrogant. Her voice was always either loud by bossing people around or was quiet and hush, but only when there was gossip involved. Of course, her husband owned the summer house. The next was the second oldest, Tita Ivana. Tita Ivana always liked to follow Tita Ines around. Although she didn't speak as much or was as loud as Tita Ines, she still had the most prying of eyes and heard the juiciest of gossips and always relayed them to my mother and older tita in the most urgent of tones. After her came my mother who, in my opinion, was the best and most sweetest of all. Though she listened to her sister's gossips, never have I once seen her involve herself in them or actively contribute to it. She just smiled and listened, then later reprimand them gently about their gossiping habits, but would later relay all that she'd heard to me. Last but not the least was the original owner of the perfume, my Tita Inet. Before I met her, she was well known in our family to be quite rebellious, adventurous, and absolutely love-struck by her first love. She never came to family reunions, maybe once when I was 3, so I only heard of her from my mother, who found her a fascinating but unpredictable woman, like that of a wild horse, she once said. And yet, the woman I saw that day was not anything like my mother's stories.
Mag-behave ka dun, ha?
Yes po.
Ihag mo mga tita mo. Mais ka dun.
Yes po. Oh, welcome. It's been so long.
It's been so long.
Oh my God. Been so well. Oh, look at you, Marian. Ang laki-laki mo na. Baka mabutat mo yung Eleanor ko, ha?
Yeah, she's a very healthy girl. Aren't you, Marian?
Yes, ma. Thank you, Tita Ines. I hope my Ellen could grow as healthy as you. Palagi kasi siyang matamlay at masakitin. But speaking of Elaine, I'm sure she will be happy to see you, Marian.
Oh, thank you, tita. Oh, by the way, where is she? Where is Elaine?
Oh, she's with my little girl, Eleanor. They're both in the garden. Go, join them. Alam ko, maboboard ka lang dito sa amin.
Okay, thank you, Tita Ines. Thank you, Tita Ivana. See you later. Hi, good afternoon. Marian, we're finally here. Good to see you. What are you guys talking about? You look so serious earlier. Oh, I'm sorry. What is it? Tell me.
Do you still remember Tita Ines?
Tita Inet, Mama's younger sister, right?
Yeah, the one that always missing in Saga.
What about her?
You see, she's come back. She's in the back garden and all alone.
Really? Is she wild as they say? Does she climb trees like a monkey? Or does she dance with those Mexican songs with her lover?
I thought she'd be more fun.
Me too. Kaya narinig ko na iniwan siya ng motor. May iba na daw siya.
Ugh, man. I think we should go to her. She seems too lonely.
I don't know, Mayan. Mama says I shouldn't associate with her so much. Says she's a bad influence. Though, I don't wish to confide her.
My mama said so too.
Well, I think you're just both scared with your moms. I'm going. Truthfully, I was scared to approach her, since I haven't asked my mother for permission. But I was curious. Curious to see if this lonely, heartbroken woman was anything like my mother had described. When I got closer, I could smell a familiar scent, my great-grandmother's scent. I hugged her during a funeral and was enveloped in the earthy scents of sandalwood and almonds with the sweetness of jasmine and freesias and a lingering scent of orange peels.
Like a viuda. Pardon?
Oh, I'm sorry. You just smelled really good. My apologies. You smell like like a viuda.
It is alright, child. Are you lost? Why are you here in the back gardens? Shouldn't you be with your cousins, Elaine and Eleanor?
I was with them, but
But...
I'm curious and I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, Iha. Come sit with me. I forgive you for teasing me. I smell fragrant, like a viuda. But I have not yet buried my husband, nor do I want to. The only viuda I knew was my grandmother, who spent her days playing cards with the neighbors and died 2 years later of heart failure on grandfather's birth anniversary. A sweet ending, some might say, but not for me. Scent you detect. Is it a musk of a woman instead of a loneliness? Or the sandalwood of a chest's secrets open? Or is it the essence of almonds trailing after a promise unfulfilled? Perhaps it is the burst of jasmine on a night falling on a mistake. The spray of fresias on a daydream wishing for something new. The milk steaming on orange peels while pondering
And Tita Annette, how did you know? It does smell good, but I'm not sure about the other metaphors.
Oh, Iha, I know the scent very well. An old friend of mine recommended it to me, saying this perfume scent suited me quite well. And I would have you know, the old meaning of widow in Sanskrit is bidya. Solitary and elsewhere separate. Eating only boiled rice, but not the rest. And no bereavement, treading on grief like a wife. Wearing silk stockings on a pilgrimage. In this manner, it could be true. I am a widow, seeking to be shriven of my foolishness, yet holding fast to the hope of another chance at life, flaming anew with the fragrance of sangumay, those wild orchids that bloom when all its leaves fall.
Tita, is that your way of saying you're ready to move on?
Yes, 12 days full of grief, for 12 years he had laid to waste. By taking the hand of my dearest friend, the same friend that gifted me the perfume.
They didn't.
Oh, yes, they did, my dear. They did. And that is why today is the last day I will be wearing this ironic perfume. My 12th day in greetings.
Tita, are you going to throw it away?
Most likely. Why?
I hope I don't sound rude, but it's a shame to throw it away. It's still a fragrance.
Is that so? I mean, it is true that it's such a waste of a fancy and pricey perfume. It is a symbol of betrayal for me and sad dwellings. Though its symbol is quite depressing, I've always wanted to pass something of mine to the next generation. Would you like to have it?
May I?
Oh, you may. Who knows? You might make better memories with it than I ever did. For me, Iha, you must wear this perfume when you have good memories that are precious to you. On days you're with your cherished ones. On days that you're in bliss. Then, maybe the scent will not be remembered as something like a beauty, but a wonderful caress. Okay, Iha? I'll do my best, Iha. Good. Now, we should go and find your mother. I'm sure she's worried about where you've gone by now. Okay, Tita?
Why is the bottle still full, Lola? Have you not had a good life?
Oh heavens, no, Iha. I've used it so much that I've run out plenty of times. I've gone through several bottles of the same perfume, especially when you were born, my dear.
Really, Lola?
Would you like to have it?
Me? Really? Really?
Yes, really. I've bought a new bottle, but I rarely use it.
Why is that, Lola? Are you sad?
No, I'm just getting old and lazy, my dear. That's it all. And I feel as though you'd have a better use of it. You use on yourself because it smells good, yes?
Yes.
Then have it, my dear child. Make good memories with it, alright?
Yes po, Lola. Thank you so much.